Welcome to our QR video sequence. I am the owner here and one of the lead developers of this product. Hopefully we're going to teach you a little bit about building with a woody log building system. We appreciate you watching, and hopefully you're going to learn something about building your dream log cabin. We're still part of the phase 2 process of building a woody cabin. The guys have got the knotty pine nailed on that becomes the ceiling boards for the interior. What's very important is that we get a vapor barrier up there now. So what the guys are going to do is get a 6mm vapor barrier. This comes with your phase 2 kit. This is always a little dicey of a move, but they're going to walk this up, cut it to length. You'll come in a long row. They're going to walk that up and walk it back down the other side. Kind of drape it over. And what they're going to do is let this hang a little bit over the edge here. You can keep on going, keep on going. Right there's good, Al. What we're going to want to do is let this hang over a little bit. And a little tip for you, we're going to let this hang over, and the reason we are, if you get caught in the rain, we want this vapor barrier to kind of act like a temporary roof for you. So, okay, that's good there, guys. So now if it rains, the rain will come and drain off. And we always fight rains in the construction business. And this really doesn't, unless it's windy, this really doesn't have to be fastened. We're in the shop here, so we're not going to fasten it, extensively. Now, a vapor barrier is designed to keep moisture out of the insulation bats, out of the roof cavity area. So we talked about venting this roof earlier. So we're trying to vent the building from any moisture that may escape, and it will. It's inherent in the building materials and so forth all have moisture. But when that's trapped moisture creates mold. And so the venting, if we can vent it, we don't worry about mold. So this vapor barrier step, sometimes put it on one side, get your roof done on one side or whatever we're going to do with the overlay, and then do the other side. Sometimes if the weather is threatening, we'll put one half of the roof on and then put the other half over there, kind of schedule it. I guess as a rule of thumb, if we can keep these logs dry during the construction process, that's really what we want to do. Now, as a practical matter, we just had a building in California during horrendous rainstorms for 2 or 3 weeks uncovered. Not a problem, but you got to let the wood dry out then before you put the finish on. So if you get caught in the rain or the snow and you haven't got a roof on it, don't panic. We're going to be okay. As long as those logs can dry out, we're going to be just fine. So the next step now is we're going to put a roof overlay system on here. And the roof overlay set, when we get reset up there, that is what is going to create our cavity for our roof insulation. And we got to create a cavity because actually insulation is just air. It's just kind of air molecules in that insulation. So the thicker that roof cavity, the greater our R value. And when we talk about buildings, we want to be sure that the roof area is insulated very well. The box sill area is insulated very well. We'll talk about that a little bit, and we do in the manual. But most of your heat loss is through the roof. Okay, only about 20%, 25% is through your sidewalls. Very high percentage is through the roof. Another high percentage is if you don't install your windows properly. We've talked about that in an early sequence. You get air infiltration. So this is the next step, very important. Once you get to this step, now it can rain or snow or whatever. You may want to fasten this a little bit better. But the reason I like to overhang that is so it drips off should you get that far. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've been entertained a little bit. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about the woody log building system. The reality is anybody can do it. We've given you a little bit of a helping hand through our QR series and our initiative. If you have any further questions, contact us at the information listed.